On the streets of Lagos, Kano, Port Harcourt, everywhere, Mikel Obi is the overwhelming favourite. But is he the logical choice for African Football of the Year?
On the strength of the first half of 2013, clearly Mikel, you try to find a better African player on the strength of the first half of 2013. On the strength of the last part of 2013, Yaya Toure came so strong and, I mean, he's finishing very strongly. It's been very influential for Man City, the kind of goals he scores, his performances, and then the way he carries himself. On the strength of that, yes, you will look at Yaya very strongly. But on the strength of the second half of the season as well, Mikel has also come up some ways to show that it can be counted. I mean, from the stories about leaving Chelsea, he's been able to stamp his authority, play and score some goals. So, for me, on the average, January to December, I'll still give it to Mikel.
I want to think it's a logical thing to do, but again, it depends on what those who voted thought about when they were voting and how well they understand what they should be doing. This thing is called the African Footballer of the Year Award. African footballer. And so you want to say, who is this African? What has he done for Africa? How well has he carried the name Africa abroad? What stage did he play on, showing the name Africa? So when you very well understand it, then you now want to bring the two players or the three of them and say who did best for Africa. Talk about the Nations Cup. Mikel Obi won. Mikel Obi engineered the Nigerian team, helped to motivate other players, helped them to inspire, to aspire to get to that height. Mikel Obi played in the Confederations Cup. Yaya Toure was watching him play. Mikel was the African who also carried the name Africa to the global stage where everyone watched Chelsea win the European Cup. So when you place it on that pedestal, you want to say this should go to Mikel. We're not being sentimental. I would be very surprised if the vote.
For me, I think both would be the same, one and the same for me. I don't know about other people because, look, sentimental choice. At the end of the day, Mikel has proved himself, you know, throughout this season. So, and I think he has deserved it. But at the same time, Yaya has been phenomenal. I mean, he's virtually metronomic at Manchester City. I mean, you take out Yaya Toure and that team just seems to collapse. So, but at the end of the day, it's an African award, you know, and Mikel won the African Nations Cup. So at the same time, he did a very great job at the Confed Cup. Yaya's claim to, you know, the prize is mostly based on performance at Manchester City, which you can't take away because, you know, it's not about the African player at the Nations Cup, it's about the best African player. So I think either of them would be, for me, both the emotional and logical choices.